Voulez-vous essayer nourriture française?
Allez y l'aventure.
Let's go on an adventure.
Hello and welcome to Capricious Conversations. Thank you for joining us today. And just for starters, I would like to apologize because we don't actually speak French.
Not at all.
If we've gotten it wrong, you can leave us the correction in the comments. That would be just fine.
Although, as Mark Twain famously said, when visiting France, they don't even know how to speak their own darn language. So, it's all subjective, I guess.
So, but today, because it is one of the premier cuisines in the entire world, we are sampling French cuisine. Oh yes, and it is going to be delightful.
It's going to be wonderful.
So,
in fact, it's so rich
we
and so
eat it all
good
at the same time.
that we have to do it in 2 parts.
So tonight, we are going to try one sample of food. We will be coming back again to try some other stuff because there is seriously so much cheese and richness and wine and beautiful, lovely things that we could not get it all down in one meal.
You would have to visit a hospital to detox.
Yes. And I've heard there's like, the, in heaven, right?
Yes.
The German are the police because they're quite good at it.
Yes.
The French are the cooks. And
I thought it was the British were the police.
Yes, the British are the police.
The German are the engineers.
The French are the cooks.
And the Italians are the...
lovers, I think, in heaven.
car designers?
Right.
I don't know.
But in hell, the British are the cooks. The German are the police. The French are something. I don't remember the whole thing. But anyways.
The French are the car designers.
The basic part is that this food is heavenly. And so we are going to try it tonight. For tonight's course, we are going to be eating 2 things. We are going to be eating French onion soup, which is... It's simple, but it is also one of the most amazing dishes. It is simmered, or caramelized onions, simmered in a beautiful broth, topped with croutons and Gruyere, and then broiled. And
yes, and then the trick to all French food, really, but especially French food, is you cannot be in a hurry.
That is so true.
You cannot be in a rush. This is 3.5 hours of preparation just for these 2 things. However, so good.
Oh, so good. So we're going to dive in here with our French onion soup. We've got a lovely crouton on top. Beautiful cheese.
Oh, look at that. I wish you guys could see this
cheesy goodness.
That broth come up through here. Look at that. The onions hanging down, the melted cheese.
Oh, man.
Very good.
If this whole episode was nothing but eating this, it would be totally worth it.
Yeah.
The beef stock coming through. The Gruyere
drip
cheese.
some on my chin. That's how good it is.
Wow. Look at that. Oh, look at that goodness just dripping off of there.
Those gorgeous onions, because you actually get some nice textures with the crouton and then the caramelized onions.
You get a little bit of the crunchy crust. You get a little bit of the cheese on top that's been
Really
toasted and broiled.
Nice and salty.
Yeah, and then you have the saltiness of the broth. You have the softness and the deep flavor of the onions. You have the tanginess of the cheese
It's so good.
that's in there. It's just absolutely fantastic. Thank you.
Our next dish actually comes courtesy of who someday I hope I can call friend.
Oh, well, yeah, seriously, I want to meet this dude so bad.
This is courtesy of Chef John over at foodwishes.com. Link in the description.
Shout out to All Recipes and Chef John. You're absolutely fantastic. You really have inspired me this year personally, but
Honest
us
to
as well.
goodness. I've learned so much from watching you, Chef John. And so we have made one of his dishes, which is this just absolutely beautiful, delicious French dish. Will you tell us about it, Chef Dwayne?
It is called a tartiflette. And what this is this is a French country dish that is rich beyond imagination. You have potatoes. You cook your potatoes first. You slice them up, line the bottom of your buttered casserole dish. Then you cook bacon and onions together with some butter. You caramelize them, and then you deglaze the pan with some dry white wine.
Yep.
You set that aside. You put that on top of the potatoes that are on the bottom of your buttered casserole dish. Then you put more potatoes on top. Then over the potatoes, And I used a whole thing of creme fraiche, which is, if you've never had creme fraiche before,
This looks amazing.
wow, man, it's so good. And then on top of that, now he used a Revolution cheese, which we can't get actually here, and the Juif de Souza, I think, or whatever it was. So I couldn't get that either, Chef John. So if you ever happen to watch this, but what we did do is we did a mix of brie and a little bit of Gruyere and Camembert, which was recommended, and I'm sure it's just going to be insanely good anyway. So,
It looks. I mean, you cannot go wrong when you have 3 different types of cheeses, potatoes, and bacon.
hello,
That's just fact.
hello.
So I am so
Yeah.
excited to try this. This, like, all the cheeses have kind of melded into this gorgeous sauce. Oh man, that is so yummy. It is
Oh my
outrageously
gosh.
creamy. It's
Oh,
so
it is
creamy.
so creamy. It is so ridiculous. This is the ultimate example of French country comfort food. This is so good.
And other than the fact that it takes like 3 hours to make, like, I would
Oh.
eat this like all the time.
Mm.
It's so yummy.
Mm.
All right, here we are, day 2 of our French cuisine. Like we said
Or,
yesterday.
as you would say in French.
I don't know, 'cause I don't speak French.
Dieu. Dieu. I have no idea what it is.
What is jour? Jour is day, right?
Je do.
Je do.
Je do.
I am sorry, French people. I apologize.
Yeah,
I don't
anyway,
speak French.
yeah.
Anyways, this food is just so rich that we couldn't eat it all at one time. So we are here with round 2.
Yes.
Yesterday's food was astonishing. It was so good.
It was amazing. It was. I was literally tasting it like the whole day.
Yeah, it was.
It was incredible.
It was amazing, and we still have some leftovers, which I'm excited about. But today we are trying some quintessentially French stuff. And for me, it just does not get any more French than escargot.
It's true. I mean, it's everything that French food loves. It's herbs.
Yeah.
It's lots of butter. It's something you wouldn't normally think about putting in your mouth. I mean, it really is
Oh no!
like
If you look at this shelf. This is.
it's very
beautiful.
pretty. It's very pretty is the thing, and
beautiful.
it's got this wonderful herbed butter. You'll have to look at the picture, and then it's cooked on this bread, y'all. That is. The butter in the bowl has been sautéed.
Oh yes.
So you've got this buttery bread that's sitting
Like
on
a
top
brown
of it.
butter
Just
kind?
yes, it's
Yeah.
amazing. So it's going to be
I'm actually
extraordinary.
super psyched about this. I know most people are not like super keen, but I think it's gonna be yummy.
Look at Sarah's face.
I don't really know. I thought they were going to be really little. I thought it was going to be like a plate full of like little snails, like I did.
Little tiny ones.
And so I was like, oh,
That would be hard to eat. I feel like.
well, yeah.
So
that's
this is
what I
what we're
was
going to do.
thinking.
Everybody take a couple. Put it on your plate, and then you're going to have to grab a piece of bread.
One of these
Put that in
brown
plate, 'cause
butter
you're going
beautiful
to
baguettes. Lovely.
Need to. Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
just for everybody else. I apologize. This is gluten-free baguette, so it is what
fine.
it
You
is.
know, it's actually for gluten-free baguettes, and it's not bad.
It's not terrible. Okay, so
what we're
we
going
gotta
to do?
we do not have like the typical
We don't have the proper escargot
escargot
fork.
forks.
But what we're going to do is we're going to go spelunking.
There's
Come on.
one. That is significant.
There we go. I can't get mine out.
So
My
this
fork
is
is too big.
the snail bit.
Yeah, that's the snail bit.
Pretty significant. Actually, larger than I thought it would be.
My fork is too big.
You want to use my?
Yeah,
My
let me
fork.
try yours.
I had to like kind of coax him out.
You know?
Him. I'm like, I don't want to humanize this.
Yeah, we're
snake before I eat
anthropomorphizing
him.
already. I cannot get that one out.
Can I help
Okay.
you?
Yeah, go see if we can try and get that one out. I'm going to go for this one here. Sarah, there she goes.
There he is.
She's almost got it out. Yay! Oh!
It's
Sarah's
not gonna
just a
attack you.
little bit about eating the snail.
It's
But
dead.
you do
Don't
have
worry.
bread, you know, to back it up. So we're gonna
We
each
do
take
have
a
a trash
snail.
can behind you. Just
Yeah.
I'm not
in
gonna.
case.
All right, everybody, grab their snail.
Oh, are we doing it on the bread or?
We're gonna eat the snail. This is how they eat it. And afterwards, you take a bite of the bread. But
Oh, I see. Okay.
we're going to have the snail.
Our butter is amazing. It's just like really chewy chicken.
It was chewer than I thought it'd be.
It's super chewy.
Reminds
but
me of calamari.
yes.
Honestly, that kind of chewiness.
What's calamari?
It is squid.
I wouldn't eat that either.
Yeah.
Voluntarily.
All right, now we take the bread with the herb butter.
Sarah's just really expanding her horizons. She's done so many things for this show that she would never have done otherwise. I appreciate that about you.
Oh my goodness.
I was gonna say, this is pretty darn good.
You know, I'm surprised. I've actually never had escargot before.
Yeah, this is my
He
first
looks
one.
like a little mini alien.
Yes.
Like, you know, aliens versus
Think of it
predators?
as you're eating
how their
aliens.
heads are? That's what he looks like.
Then you're
So-
defending the human race.
Yeah.
Just think of the good that you're doing by consuming this
Okay.
mini alien.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, down the hatch. The bread adds a nice texture element.
You know, it really does. And all the butter and the flavor there.
I don't think so. It's like
One of these things is not like the other.
butter.
No, I know. I can tell it wasn't your favorite thing. There was kind of a texture alien
flavors-
thing there.
Yeah, the flavor is not bad. It's just the texture that kind of was like, and not even that. If I didn't see what I was eating, it probably wouldn't be.
Probably would notice it.
Yeah, but it's just something that's like really
Oh,
boring right now. But
yeah, exceptional, man. This is one of the coolest things
Oh,
about
look at that.
traveling, y'all. This is one of the coolest, is finding stuff like this. You know, in the country that you're in or the town that you're in, you know, you find the local place and you get these amazing meals and you're just like, well, I
Stuff
never,
you never would have tried
never knew that,
and never
yeah.
would have thought you would have liked. But it's good.
It's so good.
It's good. Alright, moving on.
Didn't bring any napkins.
To,
I know, I
and
was just thinking.
of course it is. Of course it's a little bit French. It is the world's absolute most difficult cookie.
Yeah.
Honest to goodness, I've never made a cookie more difficult
We
than
can
this.
definitely tell you that 3 dozen eggs later.
3 dozen eggs later, I've only made 3 successful batches. And here's the crazy thing about that. It only takes about 3 eggs to make a batch.
So she really tried a lot. But look at these amazing macarons.
And these even aren't that great, but they're good.
Now these are different than macaroons,
Okay,
right?
yes. Please, internet, do not go calling these macaroons because they're not macaroons. They are macarons. There's one less O. Macaroon is like desiccated coconut with some like milk, usually sweetened condensed milk and sugar, and it's clumped into a ball. That is a macaroon.
Oh, okay, so it's a little coconut ball.
Yeah, coconut ball.
Okay.
And sometimes they're toasted or baked. I actually quite like
I'm not a
macaroons.
huge fan of coconut myself, so.
Macaron, however, is a meringue and almond flour cookie.
Ooh.
So it's pretty much just egg whites, almond flour, and sugar.
Wow, and so it's very light.
Very light, and then I've piped a creme patisserie in the middle, which was my
Creme
first.
patisserie. Ooh.
It was my first time making the creme patisserie, and I did that on the first try.
Ooh, and what is it that is in the middle? It looks dark.
It is a chocolate creme patisserie, which is basically, so I didn't want to waste all the egg yolks, and
Yeah.
so the creme patisserie is made with the egg yolks and milk.
Wow,
So
so
it's
this is
basically a
like,
custard.
this is plenty of calories.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just French food.
not
I
for the faint
mean,
of heart. I mean,
you know,
this escargot, there's a ton of butter in that.
if you're
so.
French, you're kind of like a snake. You only have to eat once a week because there's so much in everything
Yeah.
they eat.
So everybody, you're gonna want more than one of these
Hand me a
because these
macaron.
are absolutely the best cookie. They're my favorite cookie.
Well, I
to
want
be
to try
honest.
one first because I've never had one of these actually either. It looks like little clouds.
They are. I mean, they're meringue cookies, so they're.
It's like little clouds.
To get these little, you can see on the bottom this little bit where it's risen. Sarah has been like,
Sarah's
she has
just like-
tried all of my batches. She liked even the batches that
She's
didn't
nosing
come out.
it. She's nosing it before we go on.
But
here.
anyway, this little foot right here. This little foot right here is like, that's what you want to see on a macaron,
Yes.
and I was super excited about it. You can do these in all sorts of flavors. Mine are a little bit boring. They're vanilla and chocolate.
Yeah, it's okay to
but-
start out with.
But, like, there is one, actually at Whole Foods, and I love you, Whole Foods, for this. They have a rose-flavored macaron that legitimately tastes like rose.
Like legit, yeah.
Like a
Like,
rose.
you eat it, and you're like, I am
This is
eating
the
rose.
As in,
and-
by any
yeah.
other name, would taste as sweet.
Yeah, roses are actually edible, and it is delicious. All right, so down the hatch with y'all macaron.
Here we go, macaron. Ooh, very light. Mmm. It gets a little chewy there.
Little crunch, but cakey in the middle. That's exactly how a macaron should be.
This is
We
so
can
good.
really taste the almond, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And the chocolate is
Actually,
a nice balance.
I'm not getting much of that chocolate, to be honest with you.
Well, you maybe didn't have enough on yours.
Mm.
I'm new to this macaron thing, okay?
But
Just
very
a
good.
pro tip though, internet, if you want to make macarons, don't even attempt them unless you buy a baking scale. For real. Every batch I attempted without the baking scale was a disaster. Complete disaster.
Complete and utter. Mm. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
They're sweet. They're chewy. They're light.
They have that little bit of crunch in the shell,
Yeah.
and then the chewiness of the cakey part.
I want a little more chocolate in it there. That one right there.
This
yeah.
one?
Let's go for that one.
A
Because I
little
want
bit
to taste
finer.
that,
That was an older one.
that chocolate.
Those aren't baked. Those
These ones, they look nice, but they are underbaked. So don't be giving them
very
to Paul
gooey.
Hollywood or Mary Berry.
They are
because
very
they would not.
gooey. So
Yeah. Mary Berry would. You would not be going to the next round with Mary Berry. But
It depends on how
Not
I
for
did
that
on
one,
my
but I think-
showstopper.
I think the big ones you would have.
Yeah, I think Paul Hollywood would be proud of my big one.
Again, so rich. So many flavors in that little thing. Mm.
they're the best cookie ever.
You can't eat many of them, but darn, they're good.
They're so sweet. They're so sweet. And I'm not a huge fan of all that sweet. They're good. But wow, it's so sweet.
So good. And
Well,
also,
that is the polar extreme of the escargot.
yes, but
Wow.
the nice thing is that the macaron is pretty much a
Lord.
blank canvas.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, you can do so much with these. And I will be trying my hand at many other flavors in the coming days. And I will try and post any new flavor on Instagram.
And I will be here as the taste tester of all those different flavors.
If I make escargot macarons.
No. That'll be a negative.
So I hope this episode has inspired you to go out and get some French food that you normally wouldn't eat. Escargot, I'm going to be real. I know Sarah didn't like it, but I thought that was really quite enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've expanded my palate beyond croissants.
Croissants.
Yeah, and there's so much more that we haven't even tried. So guys, get out there, find some French friends, or just go to a really nice French restaurant and try something that you've never tried before.
Be adventurous.
Be adventurous. Let's go on an adventure. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing.
Yeah.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.